Hey everybody, this is Nick Mayhew, three-time gold medalist and three-time world record holder, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5. You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your number one resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
He's 6'5", from Australia, living in Los Angeles. He's one of the hottest and most recognized and famous cast members from Netflix Too Hot to Handle. He's got his own show called Tap In. We're going to be talking a lot about that, what it's like to be in the media, what it's like to be a radio host. I'm going to call it a radio host. I know it's called a podcast, but to me, he's a radio personality. He's a great guy. He's smart, intelligent, definitely a young man not to underestimate. He is Harry Jowsey with us today, live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. How are you, Harry?
Wow, that was the best and the nicest introduction I've ever had in my entire life.
I've got many more of them for you.
Yeah, I got to keep you around. That was really lovely.
You're skyrocketing out there, and I mean in a really, really good way, especially with Tap In. Tell us more about this podcast, but I see it more as a radio show.
I've never actually had anyone call it a radio show. I guess I've never really thought about it in that way. I guess it's honestly been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. You get to sit down, turn your phone off, get to know someone for an hour or so, and just have a good conversation. And the fact that people listen to it is a even better or even bigger plus side. It's, yeah, as I said, like just the most rewarding thing I've ever done, just getting to know people and most importantly, connecting with my audience and giving them some long form content, which is what they need.
What was your life like before Netflix, before Too Hot to Handle, before all of this publicity and success? You have a background, college background, you're educated. What were you going to do? Who were you going to become?
I was doing a double degree in business and art, and my goal was to take over my family business. My family has a small company back home in Australia, which essentially makes like nylon tags and identification tags. And that was going to be, that was going to be my end goal, was to go and graduate university and go back to my hometown and live and breathe the family business. But for some reason, my life took a turn and here we are.
No regrets, I take it.
None at all. None at all.
How supportive is your family with everything that's going on?
I think that my family don't really understand it whatsoever. Like my mom still doesn't really get the magnitude of what we're doing over here and like the type of businesses that we're operating. She will get excited when she sees me in the local newspaper. So I think she's still like a little bit confused. But yeah, my family's amazing. They've always been supportive and yeah, they never question what I do. They just let me go and do whatever I want.
Are you truly happy? And I mean this seriously. Are you truly happy with everything you've acquired? You're only 23. It's like you've done years worth in such a short amount of period of time, and a way that you're keeping yourself very, very diplomatic about it and very, I'm going to say, professional. I believe you're doing your best for what you know of how you're growing within the entertainment industry, within podcasting, within what you're doing in upcoming projects. Are you really, really happy with yourself?
No one's ever asked me that as well. You got the great questions today. I think that I practice gratitude every single day, and I think in any industry or any walk of life, you can let little things beat you up. And I've definitely been in moments throughout the past couple of years of being in this industry. Like, there's been stuff that's like really eaten away at me. But the day I started practicing gratitude, the day that my life like has been the happiest it's ever been. I wake up in the morning, I'm excited. I'm excited about what's to come. I'm always optimistic and always looking around every single corner, but just and looking at every loss as not a loss but a lesson. And I think, yeah, just as soon as I changed my mindset and looking at things with gratitude, it helped me become the happiest version of myself.
Everybody's thought about gratitude is very different. Some may think that when you think of the word gratitude, the goal or expectation of gratitude, it would be the same, but it's not. What is your interpretation of gratitude, and what does it really mean for it to be of yourself and people that are in your life, of who really understand and respect who you are as a person?
Right. So for gratitude, for me, like I think that whenever I'm feeling a little bit flat or a little bit down, I just start appreciating. I start with the day. Like, I'm like, wow, today is a beautiful day. We're so blessed. We're so blessed to be alive. And that's how I start the momentum, the snowball effect of just turning myself into a happier person and showing gratitude to myself. The fact that I can get up, I can get moving. The fact that I'm disciplined. I make sure that I'm up at 5 a.m. every single day, no matter what, just because I want to start my day early and want to stay disciplined. But yeah, I think that starting to show gratitude, even if it's like little things, like I'm grateful that I've got hair on my head or eyes that work or hands that work. That's when you can start to snowball it into like bigger things and to start your day off on the right foot. I think is that the right answer to your question? Or
you
did I go on the wrong part?
That you did. You did well. I'm looking at one of the photos on Heartbreak Island from the Instagram. And what I really, really respect and like about you is, as I told you before we went live, I'm an Aries. I do very well with Gemini. We all know that you're Gemini. What I see in your eyes is a person who is very open-minded. I see you as being very detailed and very visual, to where when you see something that appeals to you, when it has interest for you, I believe that you really put all of your attention to detail, Harry, within that moment, within that person, within that friendship, within that opportunity. Do you believe people really grasp the gravity of the situation, that you are so much more than what we see online and in the public eye?
Wow, man, you're amazing. I think going on a reality or multiple reality TV shows, I kind of put myself in some shoes, and reality TV stars aren't really known for being the brightest sparks, or the most the best people. So I think that I kind of just put myself in a position where I'm already starting on a back foot, and I don't really get an opportunity to prove anyone wrong until I get to establish myself and get to really know who I am as a person. And I think that starting off in the reality space was the biggest blessing that I ever got, but it is a lot of work. You have to work. There's people, everyone watched Jersey Shore and how crazy they were, and they kind of set the precedent. And also the shows that I went on, like, I'm showing the craziest version of myself. I'm not showing the version that's going to be sitting at home working on a laptop. Like, I'm showing a version that I know is going to get a reaction, and I'm going to push myself to try and make people laugh so that I can get more screen time to be more successful later on. So I think that I definitely understand, why people think there's not a lot to me, but it's always good to have conversations like these and talk to people as amazing as you are that help pull back some layers.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in, whether you're listening on the iOS or Android app, on Power 98.5 website, on Alexa, or any of the other platforms where Power 98.5 satellite radio streams live 24/7. We have mega superstar reality TV. We've got a radio host. I'm calling you a radio host. I'm going to tell you, I don't like the term podcast. I think it's a very pedestrian type of word for where we are at when it comes to media and when it comes to self-promotion. I see you as a real a radio host, a media personality, someone that does belong on a satellite radio station or FM station. I know you and I talked before coming live. I would love to see you on CBS Big Brother. Hence, I would like to get on that fucking show too. I've been casting since 2010, and I've reached out to every single casting director. Come on, take a look at my video. The only thing next for me to do is if we can drop my pants and get naked.
You have to do it. That's how I got on TV. You just have to get your meat out.
You know what? But do I really have to go that far? It worked for you. And I'm going to say it worked for you in a good way because we understood. I'm going to honestly tell you, I respect you for doing that. And I don't bullshit. I think if I was your age at the time of when you had cast for Too Hot to Handle and to do what you're doing, it makes sense in this day and age. I'm going to be honest with you, Harry. I'm going to be 48 in April. It is hard for me to wrap my head around to do something that you had done. Once again, I do respect and I don't bullshit or put that out there. People who know me well know that I don't just say things. I'm very East Coast. But at the same time, I would have done it if I was your age. I would have been a daredevil and be like, listen, you need to see my dick just so I can get cast? Fine, I'll fucking do it. But when you're almost 48 and you're in the PR media world, people look at you differently. And I'm going to tell you, I'm either apprehensive or scared, Harry, I was always raised and trained to be very mindful not to fuck up your reputation or for me not to screw it up. And I don't know if I could ever do it, but I'm going to tell you one day, maybe when I turn 50, I hope to get on a cover of Men's Fitness magazine or something. I'm going to have those 6-8 pack abs. And if somebody needs my dick fluffed up with a cock ring while wearing a pair of Calvin Klein underwears, I will fucking do it. If that meets to your standards for me to even get fucking verified on Instagram, I will do it. I can't even get verified.
Look, life's way too short. You just have to get your meat out and have a good time. That's how I look at it.
Well, you know what? If you want to hang out more often and teach me and to help me be able to get out of my comfort zone and break through these restrictions that I put on myself as an Aries, I will do it.
Of course, I got you. No worries at all.
And that's what makes you great as a Gemini. And if anyone knows, do not bitch or complain or knock down a Gemini. Geminis like yourself, Harry, you guys really know how to balance out the fun side and you know how to be professional. There is a really good balance in between that you guys can do that I am not equipped as an Aries. And honestly, when I do let down my guard, keep in mind, I come from a generation where we had no cell phones. So if we wanted to act stupid, smoke pot, get drunk, fucking get naked and dance on a club floor, we could do it. Nowadays, you can't do it without getting taped and having your reputation, screwed up.
Well, it could add value to the reputation. You never know.
You know what? I like how you're leading me towards more of the fuck it attitude and just saying, just get over it, Steven, and just do it.
But that's what life's all about, You just have to say fuck it and go with it.
I love it. I love it. And I respect you for that. So yeah, I would like to see you on Survivor, CBS Big Brother. I think you would make for a great television host. I could even see you maybe do something with Triller and be a sports anchor, do something with Snoop Dogg or Mario Lopez co-host. These are all things I'm serious about, and I really want to thank your team for putting all of this together. What are your thoughts about doing that? Co-host with Mario, do something on Triller with Snoop.
I know. I think it would be amazing to work with any of those legends. And, I've got pretty close connections to both those guys. So who knows what the future will hold. And yeah, hosting, I've done a little bit of it recently, and it's a lot of fun just to get out there, be in more of a serious light, and see more of the production side, and to work with a team instead of just going in blind. So it was really, really awesome, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing more and more opportunities like that. But Big Brother would be crazy. Going on there would be a lot of fun.
I like to know what they were thinking about of somebody not giving you a call, or giving a call over there at your reps at Ingenuity Live. And a big shout out to Brittany Bull. Why didn't it say, hey, listen, we want Harry on this season of Celebrity Big Brother? They can do that. They can reach out to you if they want to. They don't have to go through the whole casting process.
Very true. Yeah, I wonder. Maybe next season we'll hit them up and see if we can get on there. I definitely can't do Dancing with the Stars. I can barely walk in a straight line, let alone dance. So that one's definitely out. But Celebrity Big Brother definitely would do it, and Bachelor is definitely on my to-do list.
That would be a really good one. You know what? People are really going to put both of their feet, and I hope they're washed, in their mouth when they really find out what greatness you are, Harry.
Oh, wow. You're amazing.
What upcoming projects do you have going on, if anything you can share doesn't have an NDA involved or anything at all?
Yeah, so we've been working on a fair few new shows. Did a recent Netflix show, which should be out just before summer. And doing a lot more stuff with them, with Netflix. I'm not sure if you saw, but I was hosting red carpet events where they put me in like their old clothes and like dresses and stuff, and it was a great time. But did a show with Discovery. I'm not sure when any of these shows are coming out, so I'm kind of just shooting in the air at the moment. But there's a lot of stuff in the works and a lot more to come. But this year I'm very excited. There's just so many opportunities, and yeah, I'm just working really hard to put more on the resume and to be taken a little bit more serious this year.
Is Helmet going to be involved in any of these shows or any of these projects with you?
Helmet was my dog back in Australia. He unfortunately got stolen by my neighbors. But I've got Bruce. Bruce is my pup that's over here.
Okay. When you say stolen, do you mean that legitimately, or just that they just have temporarily adopted them until you get back over there?
No. They I'll be brutally honest. My neighbors shot my dog because we live on a farm, and they had livestock or something, and they apparently my family's dogs went a little bit too close to the fence, and they shot them and stole them, and we didn't know for months on months until we found someone slipped up. And it was a terrible time. It was a couple of years ago. So yeah,
wow,
very, very sad. Yeah, so what happens in the outback in Australia. People don't take any prisoners; they just go for it.
That's crazy.
Wild, yeah.
Do you or your family experience snakes in the toilet bowl? I heard that happens out there.
Yes, of course. So it's kind of funny trying to explain to my American friends, like when we go to the toilet back in Australia, you have to flush it before you even sit down, because there's usually snakes that are like wrapped up in there, and if there isn't a snake, it's usually a green tree frog, and it's a little bit scary when you're sitting on the toilet and one of them jumps up and hits your butthole when you're trying to go to the toilet.
I'm being honest. Is it realistic to say that people have gotten their ass bitten by a snake in Australia sitting on a toilet?
Of course, yeah.
Wow.
It's definitely. I've had some close calls as well. It's definitely happened.
And are you used to it here in the States? I mean, do you still flush before you go, or are you finally comfortable to sit your bum on a toilet?
I'm definitely very comfortable where I live. There's definitely no snakes around. But I don't want to adapt to the American lifestyle too quickly, because once I go back to Australia, I don't want to get caught lacking and have a snake latch onto my balls.
I'm going to share a secret here. I'm back in Las Vegas for a while, and most people don't know this, but if you're ever in a home, especially if it's out there more in what I call the desert fields, be careful of scorpions, because they are very prevalent here in Nevada. and the desert area. So you will find them in your home. When I first moved out here, the baby ones are worse than the adult. And I'm going to tell you, they move very quickly. So if you ever come out here to visit Harry and you're not on the Las Vegas Strip, if you're in any Airbnb, any house, make sure you're walking around with shoes on, because they most likely, even if they get an exterminator or pest control, they're very resilient, and they will come out at night and they will move very quickly, and they will zap you. They will sting you very quick. So always walk around with shoes if you're in a house or an Airbnb out here. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much.
I'm going to honestly say, is there anything else you would like to talk about that we haven't covered or discussed? I feel like we're a little bit short, but at the same time, I don't want to keep you too long, but I know we're going to always have something more to talk about in the future when we have you back on again.
Yeah, for sure. For me, there's not too much. I think you really made me feel special. I've never had anyone speak so highly of me, so I just want to say I really appreciate that, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to come on.
You're more than welcome. You've got my direct contact. You can let me know, or, as well as, I'm going to just put it out there. Big thank you to Ingenuity Live, your media relations over there, to Brittany Bolt. She's been absolutely incredible. This is your home. We can talk about anything, everything. It doesn't matter what it is you want to give a shout out or promo to, whatever it is. I know, like you said, you've got more projects and things coming up with Netflix. Who would you like to give a shout out to?
Who would I like to give a shout out to?
Yeah.
I think my mom and my team. I really appreciate them and everything they do for me, and all the amazing people that are listening to this. Most importantly, thank you so much for giving me your time, which is the most valuable asset. And yeah, I can't wait to come back on and talk about more stuff.
And I take it Instagram, TikTok are your main go-to to connect, or what other platforms do you want people to really come and be part of, and including tap in?
Yeah, for sure. So my Instagram is just Harry Jowsey, HarryJowsey. You have to type the full thing out because they're shadow banned me right now. So you can find all my links to all my social media over on my Instagram as well. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'm going to say definitely look for the blue check mark, because I had a little bit of an issue tagging Harry in the Instagram story, because there were so many fan pages and people using the same picture that you're using, Harry. So look for the blue check mark. Once again, Harry Jowsey, HarryJowsey. Harry, hold the line. We're going to close out. I definitely would like to, personally close with you on the phone.
Of course.
Thank you to everyone from here all over the world. I truly appreciate everything that you do for your support, your love, the shares that you give, the messages. Once again, Power 98.5 Satellite Radio has a brand new website. You can instant message myself, my team live of any questions when Harry comes back on in the future. If you have any questions, insight, thoughts, send us an instant message. If you have any questions, we can do those live with Harry in that moment, and he can share any questions that you have. Once again, Harry, I'm very, very proud of you, and I mean that in a very, very respectful way. And I know for a fact that you're going to continue to do great things in and outside of the entertainment industry. I wouldn't doubt if you've got a book coming up, if you got documentaries, you've got a lot to look forward to, my friend.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Well, thank you, Harry, and thank you, everyone, for tuning in on this show. You can listen to this episode with Harry Jowsey. I'm going to re-air it all weekend long, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday and Sunday. Once again, 2 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday with Harry Jowsey. If you catch this episode, you want to share this episode, we will be sending it off over to iHeartRadio. I know it's going to be uploaded to Spotify, so there is no reason why you can't find out all great things about Harry Jowsey and what this 6'5" Australian guy living in Los Angeles, and who's a Gemini from one of the top hit, most famous shows on TV, on Netflix, Too Hot to Handle. And you really, and I just got done watching season 3. I still think your season was the best one.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, everybody. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.